All right, this is Linked Out. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Linked Out. Today we're doing it a little different. We have a very special guest.
I was going to say that
in the studio.
I was going to say today we're doing it a little different.
Go for it. Scratch that. Edit.
Today we're doing it a little different. No, I'm just kidding. I was just trying to make it funny. But we are doing it a little different. We have a friend of the pod today.
Friend of the pod. Our very first friend of the pod.
Our very first friend of the pod.
Oh, wow. I didn't know I was first.
First friend of the pod, Garen Orr.
First and only.
Visiting all the way from Los Angeles, California. Not Los Angeles, I don't know. There's got to be another
Texas,
one.
yeah.
Los Angeles, Texas. There's
the other
Paris,
famous
Texas.
Los Angeles, yeah. Yep, exactly. What if Texas had every famous city?
Every famous city.
Yeah.
Well, California, I think there's also a Paris, California, too.
Sure. Well, it's like the Springfield.
It's the Springfield
every state has one.
Of the United States.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, today we have Garen Orr visiting us, and we are gonna, he's gonna go down the rabbit hole with us today. So
yeah,
we're very excited.
Garen is Brittany. How would you describe him? He's your friend.
Yeah. He's like 6 feet tall. Redhead.
This is a wanted ad now. The FBI wants me now.
Welcome to Linked Out. Welcome to Linked Out, the podcast that won't help you get a job, but will make you feel better about not having one. It's definitely a redhead.
God.
Garen's here to
Stephanie's mom. This is unbelievable.
Sling some mud and get some mud slung upon him as well.
Exactly.
Everyone thinks he's a redhead, but he would tell you he's blonde.
Strawberry blonde.
Strawberry blonde, dishwater blonde.
I'll take that. I'll take that over
Dishwater
redhead.
blonde.
Welcome.
Sorry, redhead friends of the pod.
Welcome, Garen.
Thank you.
We're really happy that you're here.
Very happy to be here.
Excited to talk shit with you today.
I'm happy to talk shit in your beautiful studio.
Thank you.
With
Thank
beautiful
you.
People with your beautiful haircuts.
At least one of us.
You said it. I wasn't gonna.
I'm not talking about
We're
myself.
slinging mud, right?
I'm not talking about myself.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I did get a really bad haircut.
No,
today.
you were absolutely always going to bring it up. You were never not going to bring it up. Garen,
no, I wasn't. I was trying so hard not to. Oh. But yes, well, let's ask our initial question.
Yeah, let's
here.
always ask our question. We always start every week by talking about if your week was a rejection letter. What would
no, if your week was the subject line of a rejection email.
I was going to say, what would the subject line be? Isn't that?
Oh, yeah.
I could say it that way, too.
Yeah, you can.
If your week was a rejection letter email, what would the subject line be?
Yeah, there you go. That was good. You got it. Off the cuff.
That's pretty good.
It's hard. A lot of times it takes me like 5 minutes, and Brittany always makes fun of me because I can't think of anything. So.
I couldn't come up with exactly, but it would be something about how I was too comfortable and was they liked my spirit, but it didn't jive with their company atmosphere, company ethos.
Got it.
The interviewer loved me.
Yeah.
That was very...
They loved you, but
it's not quite right for their company.
Not right
atmosphere.
for the company, but
we all heard
love
that.
you.
Yeah. No, the interviewer wants to hang out with me afterwards.
Hang out.
Yeah.
It's not right.
It's just not right for
not
the company.
Not the right fit.
No. The interviewer is a good person.
Good person.
Just not for the company. Just not for the company.
They want you to know that they're cool.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. They're like, I know this is kind of lame.
This is kind of lame.
I hate to say it.
You didn't get the job.
I'd hire you. If it was
I'd
up to
hire
me.
you if it was up to me, but and it is. But
The big guy's upstairs. You're like, God?
There's always someone upstairs. There's
guy
always
is.
someone above the person upstairs.
there is.
Yeah.
So I don't know you, and this might be a question that we keep or we don't, but how long have you been looking for work? And what's your experience with using LinkedIn to find work, or is that not? I don't know if you have work now. I guess I kind of do know that you do, but I know you were on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Tell us why you're on LinkedIn.
Yes. Okay.
Confess why you're on LinkedIn.
Should I start with the long version or the short version? What is better for editing?
Start with the long version.
Long version.
Start with the long. Don't leave out any dirty detail of your LinkedIn.
So my mom was
journey.
trying for me for a long time. No. I was
My mom was on LinkedIn.
Yeah, my mom started
That's
LinkedIn.
actually how I
Yeah.
was conceived.
Yeah.
My
She's
mom
like,
found
someone
someone on
please.
LinkedIn.
She wanted a baby and
Looking
she
for
was
a
on
donor.
LinkedIn.
Dad's like, I'm right here.
So you really have personal.
Yeah. My middle name is LinkedIn, actually.
Shit, we didn't know.
Doesn't roll off the
We were
tongue.
talking to Garen
No.
LinkedIn or
Well, it's Garen linked out or now.
linked out or.
Yeah.
He's changing it.
Yes. Legally after tonight. No, I was a touring drummer for about 8 years, which I don't know if you know.
You don't need to be
but
on LinkedIn for
you
that.
do not need LinkedIn
No.
to be a musician. It's
You
almost
guys are
frowned
lucky.
upon.
I would imagine.
Yeah, no, I mean, I got on LinkedIn first when I was in college studying marketing.
That's when
And
everybody starts.
yeah, I mean, they tell you like this is going to be huge. This is the new business
They
card.
do say that.
Yeah. So yeah, I made it look professional, and I used it for internships when I was in college, and
Yeah.
for my first internship out in LA when I moved out there for my last semester.
So, like, what year was that when you?
That was
Oh,
It was a while.
That was
Let's age,
It's okay,
Garen.
you don't have to.
that was 2014
Do
when
the math.
yeah. No one does math here. We're not talking about
Who's
math. I'm a
mathing? It's a
musician. I don't do
podcast.
math. Yeah, 2014 is when I went out to LA and got my first internship into a job, but then I quit after like 2 years and
Got back on LinkedIn.
Well, I was a musician for a bunch of years, and then I got tired.
You kind of forgot about it. It sounds like you made your LinkedIn,
I did.
put it away in the
I-
closet, never thought about it
when
again.
I logged back in, it was a picture of me from college, and I looked very
Yeah.
very professional and very proper, and I didn't recognize the man I saw.
Yeah.
It was a tie. It was a button-up tie and a short sleeve shirt.
You know,
Weird choice.
It was a picture that
You
I
look
used.
like a door-to-door Bible salesman.
It was a picture I used to pledge for a fraternity that
There
I
you
didn't
go.
get into.
That's, I think,
There you go.
You're better
honestly,
off. You're better for
I
it.
Look,
still
you
see
know what?
people at this big
I agree.
age, which is in their 30s, who have like fraternity headshots on LinkedIn. So what are you guys doing?
Wait, I'm
Change
sorry.
your
Do you
headshots.
have to take?
Yeah,
I
they
don't
do
know
like
anything about
yearbook
Greek life.
photos for.
Please explain to our listeners that maybe also don't know anything about Greek life.
So for fraternities,
pictures.
they do these like big like photo. I mean, I'm gonna call it a collage, but I know it's not. It's just like got everybody's headshot. It's like yearbook.
Wait, do you have to take a headshot to be in a?
You have to do
sorority
it to
fraternity?
like document your class because they have these pictures on the walls in the houses with everybody's picture in it.
Yeah, it's like an FBI database for sorority chicks. And fraternity
To
bros.
solve
That's the
cases.
thing.
And
yeah.
they need it for that.
There's strings
They need
between
it to
each
solve-
frat
and they
bro.
do need
Red
it for that.
string.
That's the bro that hooked up to that chick and that bro, man.
Yeah, and it also it like says
Sounds
your if
fun.
you have like a title in the fraternity, you've got your little like title under your picture.
Okay.
Anyway,
Interesting.
okay. So anyway,
So, yeah,
It's very
that-
diplomatic. Now that this is like model UN.
it is.
I'm thinking.
You were part of a philanthropic whatever. You guys, you can skin it however you want. I don't care. Okay, so how long were you using LinkedIn to look for work? Were you using it for
Yeah.
work?
So
Once you kind of stopped touring.
Once I stopped touring, I realized I wanted to move into this career called music supervision, and I realized I needed it, so I went back on, and it was I was trolling it for a bit, and it's a lot of people.
What do you see in your feed? Do you have a lot of like people who are in similar industries, like music? I imagine
The really rough part of it, especially now that I don't need it.
yeah.
It's because my field is adjacent to the music industry. It's a lot of people who are musicians
And trying
who are
to
using LinkedIn in a business way. So they're like
oh,
the business-minded musicians, which is
like they're trying to like get
they're-
music on Spotify, like
well,
in
they're,
those
yeah,
playlists
they're
where
trying to
they're
get their
like
music in a
study playlist, and
yeah,
then they
it-
get like 1 billion streams. And stuff.
Right, they're trying to get streams. They're trying to get placements in film and TV.
Oh, right,
So
sure, sure.
it's like people who are presenting as creative but are doing the business route into it.
Yeah.
which is just it's a tough line to walk. Trying to pretend like
Do you see people like that are like are they like using it like social media almost though?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I
No,
guess that makes sense.
That was the
Yeah.
biggest thing because I had internships with other people also doing the same internship, and they'd post every week like, we had a great week at this company and we did this thing and this thing and this thing, and using it very much as a sort of therapeutic business platform, but half therapeutic, half like, look at me, I'm doing something sort of thing.
Oh yeah, it's
And
very
it was-
performative.
it
I mean,
was-
and that goes across all industries. Like,
Yeah.
it's a calculated performance.
It's so weird, like the automated response, like they have when they're like, oh, like I got a new job, and they're like, congratulate so and so on their new job.
Oh, it's insane.
And it's just like, what is this?
Yes.
It's like, why are you doing this? It's an automated response. Like you may as well just have everybody's like robot automatically send people like congratulations, like
Kudos.
kudos, good job. It's like these like imaginary accolades are so fucking
meaningless.
yeah, it's sad. They piss me off. I'm
Yeah.
just like, what do you, and like people go on there to like brag about like projects that they're doing, and they just want to like show you their projects. And then everybody's like, has to be like, good fucking job. You guys did so good. We love your project.
Yeah, I saw
Congratulations on your project.
Congratulations on project.
Yeah, I saw one the other day where it was someone who had just finished their internship, and they said, I just finished a life-changing internship.
Life changing.
With this company, and name dropped every person they had ever come in contact with.
Yeah.
And every person they had name dropped in the
Commented.
said, loved having you aboard. Thank you so much. Wishing you the best. You know, it was just
crazy how you didn't get a job there after.
Well, that's the thing, is like, I know everyone knows the subtext there is, I didn't get a job here,
but I really
but
don't
I've
want
got
to
to
burn
let
any
everyone
bridges.
know. Exactly. It's
And
it's a
also,
big,
like, maybe if I kiss a little bit more ass, maybe someday I will get a job here.
which that's
Unfortunately, I don't think it matters how much ass you kiss.
That's
especially
the thing. I don't think it matters
nowadays.
either.
Yeah.
Like I see
Yeah,
people
there's-
coming out on LinkedIn like, oh my God, it was so great freelancing with like, this person's name. And then like they still don't have a job there.
You know
I
what
don't think it matters.
It feels like, man, my indentured servitude was so great at this place. It's
I
like
loved it.
doesn't it like, what are we doing here?
What are we doing? It's so
It's
performative.
It is. It's really weird to watch.
So
It's
you
weird to
didn't
watch.
You didn't find your job now then through LinkedIn or
I
like-
did and I didn't.
Explain.
So I'll put it this way.
Because we've been looking for someone that's like gotten their job from LinkedIn, and we have yet to find anybody like that.
So what I will say is I went through months, probably half a year, of those sort of I'm scrolling LinkedIn every day
Yeah.
and
Looking.
seeing those posts and applying through LinkedIn and
Yeah,
applying
yeah.
through like phone trees of emails and multiple choice sort of things. Nothing from those. Those were all nothing.
Did you fill out the extensive, like, extra questionnaire that you could fill out where you have to like tell them your sexuality?
I
and
filled
like
out everything.
Everything.
I filled out everything.
You did everything.
And for the viewers at home that don't already know me, to click the button that says I'm a white male every time, I was like, I'm not getting this.
You're not getting
it's
the
not happening.
Well, that's
and
why
like
you
I
just
get
say
it, but like
prefer not to answer.
no,
Yeah,
I
prefer not
couldn't do
to
that. I
answer.
couldn't do that. I
you
couldn't,
felt like
I
you
couldn't
needed
do
to
that.
identify
Well,
yourself.
it's
as-
just for analytics.
in a way
know?
where I was like, I'm not I'm gonna prefer not to answer, and then come out as like, yeah, it's me. Like,
Well, see if they-
I'm just.
You want them to decide before they meet you if they don't want another white male, is what you're saying.
And I'll put, I think this goes into the job I ended up getting was like, I didn't want to hoodwink myself into a job, and in a way of like, I think because I actually was making a big career shift and like I had never tried this before. I didn't want to get in a way that the person was gonna fucking hate me.
yeah.
You know?
So
Like,
how did you get in?
I
Ultimately,
weirdly enough, I
did you know somebody?
I
Wait,
did
let
know
him
somebody.
walk-
I did know
Sorry, but I
him
just
through.
figured.
No, it's fine. Well,
She's like, spoiler alert, he knows someone.
I can tell by his face that he knows someone.
that's it was part of it. It was well, look, I was random. I had a part-time job through an internship that I had gotten from a class I took. So not at LinkedIn.
Not
at all.
LinkedIn.
No. It's all
Yeah.
person to person sort of thing.
This is all like IRL stuff. This is
IRL. Well, from an online class. So
okay.
that's pretty IRL for 2024,
Yeah, it is.
2025, whenever this is going to air.
Yeah, what year is it?
Yeah, 2028.
2028. When this airs, it will be 2025 when we drop this up. Anyway,
it's a great year.
It's a great year.
But I was kind of like, all right, I need to get a full-time job. Started just kind of looking on LinkedIn, and the person who was actually looking for the job, not a recruiter, not a middle manager, whatever. It was the person who was looking for their assistant, essentially, or their number two, posted about it. I reached out. I found out I knew some people in common. I had them reach out.
Yeah.
But it was a very real interaction rather than like, hey, go to this person who will then report to this person who will then report to the person who you're going to work for. You know,
we'll give LinkedIn a little bit of credit because you saw them posting about it on LinkedIn.
In the same way, they could have posted on Facebook.
Yeah, that's
They could
true.
have posted on Facebook.
That's
also,
true.
like, they posted on LinkedIn and you saw it, but like, you didn't apply for the job through LinkedIn and get it.
No.
You just saw it there. So
Yes.
like, and that's kind of like the only way I've had like a modicum of success on LinkedIn is like seeing that an agency is hiring and then like going to the agency website and applying.
Or somebody that you know who works there that's in the position that
That too.
them talking about it, and then you just talk to them directly instead. But
if you know them.
It's a bit, and I'm sorry, Airbnb, if you're a sponsor of this show.
We hope.
Not yet.
Well,
but
not after what I'm about to.
No, fuck
but no,
them.
it's
We'll bleep them. We'll bleep them.
It's the thing of like, you
They
look
were
at a
bad.
place and you message the person like,
Yeah.
hey, your place looks great. And they
Oh,
kind of hit you on the side like,
That's funny.
just email me and we can work something out.
Yeah.
Right.
Like all these places, they serve a purpose for connecting people,
But then
but they just become middlemen of like,
Yeah.
we don't need you to facilitate what is basically a person-to-person interaction.
Yeah, that's true.
What needs to be facilitated is if it's someone trying to take advantage of someone else.
Right.
Well,
And, like-
LinkedIn used to be like a place that it was like for want ads, essentially. Like
Yeah.
it was like an online,
Which is
but
a
it's
great-
just
it's a
not
great
that
idea.
anymore.
Exactly.
You know, it's just now it's for like job scams and it's
Mm-hmm.
for people doing performative bullshit,
Well,
and it's for just like it's
Lots of
not
scams.
for actually getting a job. And
Well,
Brittany said it the best, which is like LinkedIn does get more out of you not getting a job because they lose your engagement as soon
Mm-hmm.
as you do. So it's like, hello.
Yeah, then you're off. Like when think about it, like the second you have a job, like I would never
I'll turn
like,
that shit off.
That's off. My I'm unsubscribed. Like I don't
Unsubscribe.
want to hear. I don't want you in my inbox. Like you guys our relationship. I'm ending our relationship.
It's like Hinge, you know.
It's like
you're
Hinge.
You're gonna turn it off once you get
It's
a job or a girlfriend or whatever, and then
Right.
You don't think about it.
what is the app where it's like meant to be deleted? The dating app?
oh yeah,
yeah.
there is one. I don't know.
Yeah. If LinkedIn said that, like,
I know
to
what
be
you're talking
deleted.
about.
They
There
should-
is one. Yeah,
that's a better marketing strategy.
that would be. That'd be
actually.
more legit. I'd trust them more,
Yeah,
but
I'd
I
be
don't
like,
trust
oh,
them
okay,
at all.
we want you to delete it. They don't want you
but
to
no,
ever
they've
delete
also
it.
they've roped people who are fully in it to then keep posting and keep raising other voices up. You
Yeah,
know, being
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, no, this person, this job. And that being said, I will say there are a few people who I know on LinkedIn who are very good at posting job opportunities. I don't know how real they are. I don't know anyone.
Are they
I've-
recruiters?
but-
I've applied. No, they're not. They're people in the industry who are like, hey, like,
and
pay
that
attention
being the
here.
music industry for you,
Yes.
music,
Well,
TV, film.
Yeah, film and TV, music industry.
But do they find the people for these jobs?
I'll put it
you
that
know?
way. All the ones that have
Do
been
they go viral?
pushed to me, I've never seen.
Are they
I've never
cattle
gotten a
calls?
job.
You've never gotten a job.
And they could be, and that's
Because-
especially with the bigger publishing, the bigger companies. It's just like this is going to go to someone who knows someone. you
Yeah,
know?
Exactly.
It always does.
Like and that's like the other thing. Like people, like in our like you know in the advertising industry, like we see people that even like people that we went to school with or people that we've previously worked with that like post jobs all the time, like they'll be like some of them will just like find other jobs on LinkedIn and post them. Like, okay, like you think I didn't see that if I'm looking for a job? Like, okay, buddy. But some people will like post a job and then there'll be like hundreds of comments. Like the one for I'm gonna just say the name because I probably already said it before.
Last time, I think.
Yeah,
right.
so like it was like for Chewy, or was it for Chewy? And they were like, we need a copywriter, and they're like, put a comment your favorite like dog pun underneath or some shit.
No, they didn't even say that.
They
It just became that. It was like, why are you
comment a witty response? They said something shitty like that.
Yeah.
And then like there was
Do free work for us.
300 comments.
No, there was more than 3. There was like almost 400 comments.
400 comments.
But now there's probably like 1,000.
There's 1,000 of people just being like, I'll sit and stay for a job or some shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh
my paw print is
dystopia.
perfect for this job. They're like writing as the dog.
My paw print?
Yeah.
Oh, come
Or they
on.
were like
my paw rent. My paw rent.
and they were talking about I was like, oh my God. And they were like, dear, like,
Talk about a K9 to 5.
Exactly.
oh, hey,
that?
I'm gonna go comment that.
You
Actually.
should look. I already commented that 2 weeks ago.
He did, yeah.
Garen was actually
He's actually interviewing for the job
really
right
pissed
now.
off I didn't get
they
it.
liked that one. They were in a K9
They,
and
yeah,
5.
they liked it.
That
They
was
just
actually
didn't hire
pretty
me.
good.
I
Yeah,
didn't
they
get a
were
call
like,
back.
that's pretty good. But
We're
we have
gonna use
400
that.
other applicants.
But that's the thing. Is like they're looking at all that. They
Are
can
they,
use any of
though?
that.
Yeah.
They could use any of it.
They
They
could.
could, but also we just kind of doubt anybody's actually looking at anything anymore. Like
Sure.
that's kind of more like no one's reading this
But
shit.
yeah, or they
yeah.
can just, like Garen said, like that's a good point. They can just be like, "Hey, we need a dog pun for."
Well, that's what I'm saying. They've got very qualified copywriters writing copy for them
Begging for
in
a
a
job.
comment section.
in a comment section.
It's very King's gesture sort of stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately,
That's true.
it is like that now.
It is.
Unfortunately, it do be like that
No,
right
no.
now. But Brittany told me, I do want to ask you about
Please.
something. Brittany told me that you had a resume coach.
Yeah,
I want to
did.
know about that. I
Yeah,
want to hear
so-
that story.
do
Yeah.
wanna
How
know
did you
about
find
this.
the resume
Now,
coach?
okay.
Did they help you? Did they scam you, etc.?
I'll put it this way. I feel like I got hoodwinked into using her. I don't know into this way. I don't know if my updated she helped. I think she helped me make my resume better in that like
You have to-
objectively it looked better.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the sort of because I hired
How much
her.
did she charge you?
Yeah.
God, I would have to remember. I would say 2 something.
Okay. We know somebody that did a similar thing that paid somebody $750.
Christ, no.
And
no.
yeah, and we were and needless to say, that person did not get a job and
No.
is moving out of Los Angeles to Dallas, Texas.
That's the natural pipeline. That's
God's
Irvine to
Godspeed.
Grapevine right there. Love that.
And it was like, hey, I tried everything. I'm leaving.
I spent my last $750 on this fucking resume coach.
Well,
And
that's
now I have to move to Texas.
and that's I think
no.
I think I was telling Brit about it. Like, there's the gamification of the application system of like a resume. I didn't know anything about this sort of AI algorithm
Oh,
of saying
yeah.
like, okay, every cover letter,
Keywords and
yep,
all that
you
shit.
got to get those keywords. You got to read every single one and change it every time and make sure you have these things so
Do
it
you
gets
think
past
people
AI.
read cover letters though?
I think AI reads cover letters.
AI reads cover letters.
And that's why you have to have the right words in it, otherwise it gets tossed.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's what I got told by this resume coach.
I mean, I
which
don't
was
think that's
so bleak, but
that's-
also like
It's bleak. We know it's
I'll pay
bleak.
200
know
something for
it's
that.
bleak.
Like, yeah,
But everybody is using AI to write their cover letters too, which is something that we talk about.
yeah, I used that's like
like-
that's like a thing.
AI is reading these AI written cover
right.
letters.
It's robot to robot.
Robot to
robot to
robot.
robot. There's not
R to R.
R to R.
I work in R to
I
R.
work at R to R. I just tell the robots what to say to each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you better hope they like your robot's personality
And that's the
that you plugged in for them.
no robot liked me.
No, they didn't like
I
you.
was never
They
good
were
with
like,
the
"You're
robot
not
thing.
for us."
And it's not just you. And
Thank you.
It's
You know
not
what?
just you.
It's
Thank you.
not. It
It's
really
all of
isn't.
us.
It's every single person. And I don't know, like sometimes that makes me feel better and then sometimes it doesn't. Like it's like, okay, well, nobody has jobs. And then it's like, okay, but also is that worse? Like, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
but LinkedIn's not working for anybody. But like then it's like, oh, okay, what hope do we have?
Yeah.
On a side note, just want to say I've always thought I would be a really good music supervisor too. I've always thought
Pivot.
that because I
Maybe a pivot.
love making playlists, and that's basically what you do, right?
It's part of it.
That's
It's definitely
exactly the same.
That's part of it.
I love making playlists. I always have, ever since I used to burn CDs. As burning CDs was my love language. Honestly, you can ask my husband. He kept a burned CD I made for him when we were in middle school. We've known each other for that long.
That's really sweet.
I know.
That's really.
So
sweet.
I mean,
No, my
hello.
wife.
So
My wife and I,
hello.
when we were
Do
when we
you
were
need
dating,
any
we made
extra
it.
music
Yeah.
supervisor?
Do you need any extra supervision on your super?
Hey, look, I just got the job, but that's the perfect time to bring in someone.
Do you
else.
need an assistant?
Yeah.
Who's gonna
you know.
supervise the supervisor?
Right.
Maybe we-
Wow,
I'm really
that's
good at that.
That's good. That's good. Just over the shoulder. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, and
What about this?
Yeah, make you question every decision you make.
That's good. That's.
It's actually
what we need.
a music micromanager.
Yeah.
I need a second
Music
voice in my head.
micromanager.
Yeah.
She's like, well, wait a minute.
Look, I'll say it's a fun job if you're in. Get
So
in.
I have a question. I guess
Sure.
going back to LinkedIn, I was just
Going back
thinking-
to, you don't want to keep harping
No,
on
we'll
your
talk about
music
this offline.
supervisor
Yeah, yeah.
We'll
career.
talk about this offline. Okay, so now that you are employed and
Gainfully employed.
Gainfully employed.
do you have any people like reaching out to you via LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah.
Well, you haven't looked at it, right? Since you.
Well, I get the emails
And you still
that
get the
are like,
emails.
"You're on a hot streak on LinkedIn. You're on a roll."
And you're
on
afraid to log in and
Oh,
see.
I'm seeing 40 plus.
Who writes that copy?
I don't know what's going on.
On a hot streak.
Brittany, we only robots worked at LinkedIn.
Right. Yes, that's right. A robot. Well,
Only robots work at LinkedIn.
Exactly.
you're on a
going
hot
nuts.
streak.
I would imagine
Combo. It's all video game terminology. Like I'm sure in the time that we are doing this, I'll get 3 emails from LinkedIn talking about how many people, how I'm on a hot streak of people
How
looking
you're on
at
a
my
hot streak.
account.
yeah.
You're like, who talks like that? Robots.
It's really insane. It's really and something that doesn't in a way that it doesn't mean anything to anyone.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't mean anything. Like I don't engage with it in a way. I'm not going to get more employed by
No.
engaging in LinkedIn.
No, you're not.
I can't hire anyone.
Yeah.
And honestly, and I'm sorry, people, whoever's going to know me in the future, it's just that's not really how our
works.
industry works in
Yeah.
terms of like, we're not going to find new music from LinkedIn.
From LinkedIn,
We're
no.
just not.
Yeah.
Like, it's
not fucking cool for one thing.
It's there's exactly
the main
one
reason, right?
person who it's going to come from where I'm like, I guess maybe I'll check it out. But even then it's like,
If you heard about it on LinkedIn, that's like so like last season, you know, like that's not fresh. That's not new. That's not we're not on the bleeding edge on LinkedIn. That's like
The bleeding edge.
It's over. If it's on LinkedIn,
Not the
it's
bleeding
over.
edge.
but
over.
that's a
Well-
good tagline for that.
If it's on LinkedIn, it's over.
It is. It's like, yeah.
I just looked at my phone to check how many emails LinkedIn has sent me since I've been in the studio, and it is 4.
Wow.
It's
You've gotten a
4
lot.
emails.
I want to see how many I've got. We've never done that before.
I know.
We've never done that thought
I
exercise.
thought that was like I thought that would be like a fun.
Oh my God. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
6.
7.
6. Well,
Okay, but
6.
these are from today. This started at 1 p.m., but 7 since 1 p.m.
7 since 1 p.m. LinkedIn, you're looking
That's
a little.
one an hour?
You're looking
You're
a little
emailing me every hour?
desperate. You're obsessed with me.
You are. Honestly, you are obsessed with me, and I
You're
get it.
obsessed with me. It's like, okay, enough already, LinkedIn. It's like,
Yeah, it's also sending me job alerts, which that's on me.
Yeah.
I should take those
That
off.
is on you.
But they give me job alerts for jobs that are better paying than the job I have, which I'm like, Yeah,
you should
fuck
definitely
off.
turn
Fuck
that
off. I've got a job. Like,
You're like, I already
no,
did
no, no,
this.
no, 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 no.
We've already done this.
I don't need
before.
you.
Well,
I
let
don't
me
need- I don't
tell
want
you
that job.
something, Garen. The job salary ranges that they put on there are fake too. So
thank you,
There
right?
doesn't
They're
even. Don't even sweat it. Don't even sweat it because
Good.
those are fake too.
Good. I also hated the in LinkedIn applications when it made you put in a salary range.
Oh God, like
Ugh.
And you
what
had
a-
to put a number.
You had to.
You can't just write like
I put
discuss it or whatever. You know,
negotiable.
Negotiable.
I would
yeah.
try to put negotiable every time, and
And
they'd
it's-
say no, it's a number, and then I'd be like, all right, well, between this number and this number,
$1
no,
million.
no dashes,
Yeah.
a number. Like,
One
that's
number.
Insane. Why would
Yeah.
I? I'm now negotiating against myself.
Yeah.
I either put the number they want me to put, or
It's
I put
so
the number I
stupid.
want and get fucked. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's really rough.
Yeah, it is. And I don't think that's how negotiating works either for companies. I mean, I don't even know. I think we could do a whole episode about negotiating at this
Yeah,
point
we
because I
could.
think the nature of that has
it's
entirely changed.
It's different. Like when when we started, it was like we're offering. Like they would, you would interview and they would say we're offering this, and you would say, how about this? And they would say yes or no, or like meet in the middle. And then like that would be it. Now it's like if you have one misstep, like I remember like I was phone interviewing for a job and I didn't know, like it didn't say the salary range on the job description. And so before now I'm really like slick about asking what is your salary range for this position before they could even get to me. But they just kind of like
yeah, Brittany
slid it
that's
in
the first
there.
question.
That's my first question. I'm like, what's the salary range?
Let's go ahead and get
they're
that
like, well,
Before you
out
say
in the
your name,
open.
before you say your
Yeah.
name, and they're like,
Yeah.
and a lot of times even now they're just like, well, what were you looking? And I'm just like, I asked you first.
I fucking
we
asked
can
you
wait.
first.
I'll wait until you say something.
100K
I have all
Brit.
day. I'll sit here and wait.
I'll fucking wait.
You think I'm gonna say? I'm not.
Looks like you only blocked out 20 minutes for this phone call. So, but and so like she asked me, and I said, I just said a number that was like pretty low ball, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. That's $5K over our max amount." And then I said, "Okay, well, I am negotiable. I think it's only $5K. I think we could probably meet somewhere. I think that would be fine with me." And then she said, "Okay, well, it was really nice talking to you." Shoved me off the phone so fast. Like I was just like, for $5K? Because like any little
Yeah.
thing, I think in this market, they can just like, it's like it's like Tinder when there's like too many hot girls in that city.
Yeah.
Like it's just too
Or
many.
it's like I
too
feel like
many qualified candidates.
Yeah.
They're swiping. You say one
That's what guys
fucking
say.
thing.
Damn, there are just too many qualified
Too many
candidates in my
qualified
city.
candidates in my city.
Yep.
They're like,
I'm going out with a qualified
a
candidate
girl
today.
says something. They're like, she has a small dog. I don't like that next person.
y'all,
like, you
but
don't
I
even get
do
to
think,
this.
yeah, the overlap with the job market and the dating pool is like
It's
crazy because
strong.
it's like the same thing. It's like the same thing is happening.
It's also a crazy. I think there used to be the problem with it used to be with negotiation. It used to be person to person,
Right.
but the fact that jobs are now getting more remote, there's a little less like I'm not gonna have to fucking deal with this person in the office every day.
yeah, I can
Yeah.
just.
I don't need to whatever thing I was worried about or whatever thing I was excited about in this person as a human.
Doesn't matter.
It's kind of moot.
Yeah, it doesn't
so
matter. I'll never see them.
Yeah.
I'll see them on Zoom. It's
Yeah.
like, and like that's really, yeah, it's really interesting. Like the way things have changed and how like people are throwing away like for your interview, like they're throwing you away for just like the smallest thing, and also like you said, like they don't. If somehow you get hired, like they don't have to ever see you. So it truly does not matter. And it's like, I'll tell you, I'm getting fucked every which way on this by this weekend.
Facts.
And not in like the
There's
fun
not one way she hasn't
On
gotten
the
kind of
fun
way.
hinge way,
Just
yeah.
fucked. And I was like, I always talk about how like slutty I feel interviewing for jobs, because I'm just like, whatever you want, it's fine. Whatever you want. What do you want? Creepy back massage? Go for it. I'm here for it. Is that what you do every day? That's fine. I like that. I like it.
Damn.
It's so shitty.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, I
hate that.
mean, we hate that.
I hate it. It sounds
You'll get-
awful. It sounds
How
terrible.
many creepy back massages did you get while you were looking for a job?
Man,
how many?
get none. I feel like I tried to give a few.
You should-
But it was not. It was not.
But some people liked it. They just still didn't want to hire you.
Well, I mean, it's cyber, so how good can it feel?
They were like, "We liked your massage."
They're like, we understand your hands could feel good. Theoretically.
We like what you were doing, but it's just not for us.
That's the thing. It's like your hands are going to be great for someone else.
Yeah.
We're more into Thai, and you're more Swedish. So
Someone might like your hands.
we want you to step on our back, and you're more
No.
rolling, kneading.
We still want the massage.
Is
Is
this
the
too
thing?
niche massage content?
We haven't ever
This
done
episode.
this specific metaphor.
I don't know. I don't know anything about
Massage
massages.
envy.
We've done. Oh man.
I'm trying to give you some sponsors.
Yeah, we gotta
Sponsorship
get some
opportunity.
sponsors. We're really
We do.
We're hard up for sponsors. And
We're moving towards monetizing.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Hey.
any
We're moving
sponsors
towards
out
it.
there, we will give you a massage unless you don't want one.
Yeah.
We're
Obviously,
very
we're
agreeable.
consensual.
That's
We're
good.
agreeable.
So is massage envy.
Super agreeable.
Massage envy.
I
Only
think-
consensual
I think
massage.
that's a real place.
It is.
It
I'm
is,
trying to
Brittany.
get. Oh man, all
Garen,
the
I thought you
goodwill
were
I
just-
just built.
I thought you were just making up a
No,
massage.
can you imagine if I came massage envy
Envy
off the
ra-
dome?
Hey,
I'm good,
yeah.
but I'm not that good.
Hey,
That's
I mean,
impressive. I appreciate
So-
that. I appreciate that.
Something
I believed it.
Thank you,
I
thank
believed
you.
in you.
Sorry, I'm gonna steer us back on course
Steer
a little
us.
bit. I'm just for a second.
No, I want to
Please.
keep talking
No,
about
I know,
massages.
I know, we will.
just kidding.
We'll come back to it. We
I
will.
don't even like massages.
Give me a
Okay,
second
go
to
on.
think of
Yeah,
another.
you just haven't had a
massage
good
company.
one. It sounds
Yeah.
like.
Need more massage puns.
We normally, from week to week, I like to dig up some stupid shit I've seen on the internet. And,
What,
and
about the person or just in
no,
general?
no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
We
God.
just stuff I've seen.
Yeah, we know
Great,
what you
great.
did, Garen.
Shit, I would love to find some stupid shit you've done on the internet, but
don't-
I did not do that
I
much
found
research.
it. I have it.
That's good.
I'll put it in the.
I'll let you-
put it in the show notes.
Yeah, put it in the
Good,
show notes.
please.
Link it. But I didn't really necessarily do that this week because I knew we were gonna have you. And but as we were sitting here talking, I looked at LinkedIn because of all those emails, and someone who
so you weren't cued in on our massage convo.
you guys had it under control.
Just kidding.
That was an A to B
guys had it
massage
under
conversation.
Hated me.
Much like a massage is better with just two people.
I like someone to
Yeah,
watch
that's
my
true.
massage.
Oh, you've never added a third. to
You've
your
never paid
massage?
for a third. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Massage envy.
We know what you
We
like.
always include a third. Consent is half the battle.
Sorry.
Half
Yes.
the battle.
Sid.
They'll definitely
Sorry.
want us
Okay.
Yes.
to do their
Yes.
ads now. No, but it's just funny. It's someone posted, and it's like one of those ones that I saw only because, like, okay, look, almost 15,000 people have reacted to it. So it's like
15,000?
it's a viral. There's like viral content on LinkedIn now, right?
15,000 on LinkedIn is
Are there
like
enough-
4 million on TikTok.
Yeah,
like,
it
that's
is. It
insane.
is.
No, that's
But their whole
Jordan
post,
numbers, yeah.
their whole post is about how they hired somebody that they met from one of their colleagues, and not somebody that they found on LinkedIn. Basically, that's like what the whole
And that's-
post is about.
that's essentially like going onto Bumble and saying like
I didn't meet my
I
partner on
met my
Bumble.
friend through a friend. It's
Yeah.
like, why are you
Yeah,
here?
go
Why are you here
Exactly.
telling me that?
Why are
What
you
are
on?
you doing
But
here?
it's funny because so many people liked it. So obviously, it's like something that people on LinkedIn needed to hear, which is like you're not going to get a job on LinkedIn. Which, by the way, we've been saying all along. I've
have
always
been.
said you won't get a job on
And
LinkedIn.
you could actually
But-
tell, like, if you listen to this podcast regularly, how in the beginning stages, before Sydney was totally radicalized.
Yeah. I've become
You're
Brittany
in.
has radicalized me over the
She's
course
good at
of
that, yeah.
Because I had been
the past
looking
few months.
because I had been looking for, already a year when we like started this podcast, plus maybe, but like
Yeah.
and I was just like, nah, LinkedIn's a scam. And Sydney was like, okay, Brittany, and then we just kind of started digging, and we were like, actually, these are all ghost jobs,
And actually, LinkedIn is a huge scam. And there's lots of layers to the scam. It's not like there's lots of different scams going on. And I don't know. I mean, at this point, yeah, we just use it for
we
fuel.
troll. We use it for trolling.
We're
That's kind of what we do.
LinkedIn.
But like,
and I want to know like what people think about that too, because I'm like, I wonder what people who know me think about me trolling.
how
LinkedIn.
you trolling LinkedIn?
Like people who are like, I don't know, people I worked with in the past and stuff like that. Some people like it, but
so that kind of like ties
certainly
into
some people probably don't.
like the whole burn it all down
Yeah.
with LinkedIn thing, because like we noticed a couple people on there were just like fuck it, and they just like were they would just like write like funny shit like oh cool, like I interviewed for a job and they told me that I didn't get it after the 7th interview. They said that they weren't hiring anyone for this job. That's something like they could have told me, like why are they interviewing me so many times, like, and they just kind of like write a bunch of shit, and they were like I will name names, and they kind of get really real with like their posts, and their posts are like like they get a lot of traction on LinkedIn, and a lot of people like, and even like such as myself sometimes are kind of like scared to post like stuff that I would probably post on like Twitter or on TikTok, like on my LinkedIn, because like you think potential people that you might be working with are on there.
Yeah.
So you don't really want to like be your true self. And like, but I think that like people just realize that you're not getting a job there. So you just say fuck it, and you just kind of like tell them your true feelings. And like that kind of like inspired us to like, like we were saying, like the school the school that we went to shut down and they like reopened, and we kind of were like, wow, that's crazy, like talking about how people that already went there can't even find jobs, and you're turning out like all of these new creatives, which is like something that we wouldn't normally probably say.
Yeah, I honestly, I mean, I wouldn't normally even probably have an opinion on it, but it is just so the job market specifically, I mean, not even specifically, I would say broadly, it's now at this point, generally speaking, the job market is trash. So it's like, why, this is a vocational school, and it's like your whole point of your whole reason for being is for people to graduate with jobs, essentially.
Right.
And they cannot say that. They cannot say that right now because so many graduates, A, don't have jobs, but B, there's no jobs anyway.
There's no
so
jobs.
like not only are there people who have way more experience that can't even get jobs, there's no new job. Like it's not like, I don't know, there's not a ton of entry level jobs and stuff too. So it just seems like,
And
it seems irresponsible, and it also seems like you guys are living in the past a little bit, because it's like that ship has sailed. That ship is fully sailed.
And people with years of experience are also like applying to entry level jobs.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
dark.
It
When
is.
You're like,
It's dark.
is somebody going to hire a person fresh out of school when they could get someone with years of experience to work for the same amount of pay?
Right. And I'll give this caveat. I'm older. I've had a whole
life.
I've
whole
had
ass life.
multiple
And you're starting in
careers.
a new career.
I'm starting in a new career, and I
Yeah.
started at what is essentially like you come out of college and do this job.
Yeah.
And that it's really humbling. And I had to
yeah.
be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm in this. I have to do this job.
Yeah.
But I had to do that thing where I'm like, theoretically, I've got more experience than a lot of people who are coming into this job.
Right.
I just kind of have to sit in that.
And
not
just
not be
Yeah.
sorry, I know what Brit does. I don't fully know.
We do the
She's
same
the
thing.
same, yeah.
Oh,
we
great.
do the same
Okay,
thing.
so
we're the
like,
same.
yeah, you both
Copy
are
paste.
great. So yeah, you both are very accomplished and know what you're doing. And you're
yes,
like,
very accomplished.
you have to compete with people who are like, well, I'll work in a subservient role for way less, and it's
Yeah.
like, how do you
Yeah.
compete with that? I was able to because
Unfortunately-
I was just like, this is new to me, so fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
But like to do that with you is setting your precedent lower than what you deserve. So that
Right.
sucked. Like, why would you do that?
Right. And I think
Awful.
that's a big like thing too, is like I wish nobody would do that. Like I wish we would all be on the same team about that, and like nobody would like sell themselves short and shit. But it's desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah.
And yeah, unfortunately that is what you're like kind of competing against,
Well, I mean, we're competing. We're in a time where people are creating shit for free. Just
Right. Yeah.
across every medium.
That's
yeah.
true, because they think
Music,
it's going to.
TV,
They
film.
think it's going to be a stepping stone.
Exactly.
And it rarely is. I don't know.
Or if it is, it's a short payout. It's
Right.
like, well, we loved that TikTok bit you did about Doritos.
Yeah.
We give you a little bit of money for that,
And
we're
that's
going
it.
to use that for
And then
2
we'll-
years.
See you never.
Or
Exactly.
sometimes they don't.
Exactly.
I mean, I know for
mean, yeah.
TikToks, they don't even give creators money sometimes. They just think that using their content is enough of a
Enough,
payment
yeah.
for the creator. And it's really fucked up, honestly.
Yeah, the whole creator economy. I think that, honestly, I mean, yeah, we talk about like all the different factors. There's so many reasons why things are the way they are right now.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, we're not paying my husband anything to do the music for our podcast. So,
Well, yeah, but
we're part of the problem.
but
Yeah.
it's a little
Cancel the pod.
It's a little different.
We didn't pay him anything. And he made the music for free.
We pay him.
Hey,
We
musicians
pay him
are the bottom of the totem pole.
in. We
I
pay him
know.
in
Just kidding.
compliments.
No,
We pay
I've
him
been
in love.
I've
Yeah.
been there.
I
There
pay
you
him
go.
in love.
There you go. There you go.
Sure.
Shout out musicians. I love my musicians.
We love musicians. We're friends of the pod.
Friends of the pod.
All musicians
Every
are friends of the
musicians
pod.
are friends of the
every
pod.
single musician.
We only make one of them work for free.
Yeah.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Well, now
We're not actually paying Garen either. So
No,
yeah,
no, that's true.
Right. This is
we bought beer.
Which that counts for
That's how
musicians.
you guys are
Musicians
supposed to be
yeah,
paid
all right,
in beer.
great,
Exactly.
great.
do you need another one?
I know.
I'll take a second. Yeah, that's
It is your payment.
that's great.
Is there anything else you guys feel like we want to talk about then, like related to anything that y'all talked about yesterday that we haven't covered, or anything else, like any other funny anecdotes? It doesn't have to be funny. It can be sad too. I don't know.
Well,
It doesn't.
you-
Well, we'll make it funny, but
You had brought up.
we'll make fun of it.
I don't know if you need a clean intro, but
No, we don't.
We might need
Linked-
a clean intro.
LinkedIn Premium. You guys know about this? You heard about this?
What? What about LinkedIn
No,
Premium?
just-
what are you
just-
trying to tell
Tell
us?
me about. Yeah, tell us a little more about.
We know about
Premium.
LinkedIn Premium.
I when I was looking for jobs, I'm like, this is a scam. I'm not going to use link. Like, no one can. This is not for me. This is not good.
Yeah.
I'm not using it.
Yeah.
But I had this part-time job where part of my job was to reach out. I worked for a Sikh agency where we would be pitching our music to music supervisors. I could find a lot of emails. Some of the ones I couldn't, I had hit them
Oh,
through.
you had to find on LinkedIn?
Exactly.
Okay.
And the only way to message a lot of them was
Premium.
through- exactly. So
That premium.
I
So
got
you-
that through my company.
Okay.
But
Which-
it was my own, so it was not dumb expensive, but it was like more than I wanted to pay. You know, it was,
Yeah. There's different tiers of.
maybe it was.
Of
I think
paying.
it was a promotional. Like it was either 20 something or 50 something. I don't
Okay.
know, something
That's
like
definitely a good deal because, yeah.
No, now
we
it's-
talked about in one of our episodes, we talked about all the different prices, but that's way less than any of
That.
them.
It was something where
I mean,
I
that's
was
on
like,
the lower end for sure.
I'm not gonna pay for it.
Some people
myself.
pay $800 a month for LinkedIn
Insane.
Premium. And then,
That's
by the way,
really
I mean, their
insane.
companies pay it, but
Yeah,
they-
but it's that same thing where it's like you know, for a company that's a drop in the bucket. But
Right.
if someone was brought in to be like, why are you spending $800 on this?
Right. Like
I can't. I don't know what the return is.
Yeah.
I actually don't.
yeah, that's what we're wondering. I think we have a recruiter coming on in the next couple of weeks that has that membership, and he will that's kind of our main
Wow.
question and concern is like
I'll-
asking about like why
Yeah.
why, like what are
I'll-
you using
I gotta
this
hear
for?
it. I'll
You
tune
gotta
in.
hear it.
well,
What the hell am I doing here?
come back next time for that.
It's coming up. But yeah, like we don't understand how companies are benefiting. They can't possibly be benefiting $800, and I think it just starts at $800 a month. I don't think that's like the starting.
You're not gonna get a better candidate for 800. Like what are you talking about?
Well,
800
so I don't know how much. Yeah, I don't know how much we want to go into it tonight because we've talked about it before. But
Sure.
I will say I know for people who work in sales, like to your point earlier, that's like how they get in touch with people. Like you can't find their email or something. That's like the way. And like, you know, leads and sales are like everything. So it's like you have to have some, you know, you have to have a way to like get in touch with people. And unfortunately, LinkedIn is kind of the gatekeeper for corporate America, period, I guess.
I literally cannot speak on this, but I do understand the optics of communication. And I wonder, so $800 buys you entry fee into talking to someone.
That's like the
But-
top tier membership, by the
Sure.
way. There's like less than that too, but
Totally.
There's more than
But
that too, though.
I don't think so. I think that's
There
like
is. I saw like
Really?
I saw a $1,200 a month.
Oh shit! Well,
Lord.
that's crazy. I didn't even know that.
But
That's
even
news to
even
me.
It's
even
like a platinum.
whatever that gets you, whoever that gets you access to,
The LinkedIn lounge at the airport.
they are then looking at you as like, oh, you've bought into this.
Right.
That changes the way you're being spoken to in a way that I think is actually
Yeah.
meaningful in a weird
Okay.
way. Like
That's interesting.
it's the people who are in the club because they are like, ooh, you should be in the club versus the person who's like, I know you shouldn't be here, but you paid to get here.
Right.
Like
Okay.
in a way, it's all kind of a scam.
Yeah.
In that, like
Yeah.
people
You're
know.
saying it's
People know.
embarrassing if you're paying for LinkedIn.
They're like, you can.
It's okay. I kind of agree. I mean,
They're
I
like,
like
you can afford.
I just think it's not even embarrassing. It's just you
It
should
is,
know
yeah.
that is like that's part of what
People
people
are-
are looking at.
Yeah.
Like people know.
Like some people
how
think
you're
bottle
getting their
service
email.
is stupid.
yes,
And-
totally. Right. People that get bottle
people-
service are
exactly.
dumb. You like to
Premium
light-
is a bit like bottle service.
Some
It's
you
people-
like to light money on fire.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Great. You got a table. You got sparklers. You got dancers.
That's fine.
It's not going to get
Some
more
people
people to
pay
your table.
$500 for a bottle of Tito's, and some people just go and have vodka sodas at a different place,
Yeah.
or just buy Tito's and go to their house.
Yeah.
Sure.
Some people drink outside the liquor store in a brown paper bag.
Yeah.
You know, there's people doing all kinds of things.
That's LinkedIn paper bag. -$5 a month. They pay you.
That's the minimum.
Tito's vodka,
Yeah.
$23.
Oh my God. Are we
This
doing
episode.
a priceless ad?
Drinking it in a paper bag. Price.
That's a good ad campaign. You should pitch that.
Bring back. Wait, what was that?
I mean, that's a great campaign.
What was that? Visa or
MasterCard.
American? MasterCard. Yeah.
MasterCard.
MasterCard.
Famously.
Bring it back. I always reference that.
See how much we can bring it up on the podcast, and maybe they will.
Maybe they
Consider it.
will.
Maybe they'll hire us to write it.
You guys need a couple of rogue copywriters. MasterCard.
To reprise your 20-year-old campaign.
Yeah, like you weren't gonna do that.
They're definitely going to do that any day now. So yeah.
They do. They do.
All right. Well, that pretty much covers everything. Question
Okay,
that
back
I
to
have.
massages.
Okay,
I have
so if you
a
guys wanna
few
talk
more
about
puns. I'm just
Massage
kidding.
envy.
Sydney really wanted us to go back there because she was looking at her phone the first time. So maybe we just repeat some of the stuff we said from massages earlier.
No. We're good. I'll listen to it. I'm sure it'll be. I'm sure. I'll
Like
listen.
Sydney doesn't have to. Like Sydney's not going to be sitting there listening to this 6 times to edit it.
I'm the editor also.
I gotta cut out all this massage shit.
She's like, we're not going
I'll
into
keep like at
massages
least
again.
one massage joke, but I'm not.
Do
I'm
you
gonna
need
keep that
one
many of
clean
them.
massage envy? Massage envy.
Yeah, that's better.
Massage
envy.
What music would you pair with the massage envy?
Something Enya.
Like 90s, like oh.
What do you
man.
hear when you?
It's a chill drum loop.
Sade, like that kind of-
of.
Oh, okay.
Good.
It's like 90s hotel lobby.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You think that? Yeah, I guess that works
Yeah.
for the massage envy brand.
Anyway, yeah, I think that wraps up. I don't have anything else I want to add, I guess. Except,
Glad we
do
covered
you have
it all.
any last minute
Last
inquiries?
Last thoughts. Last reflection.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Who's that, Maury? Who
Well,
does
we
Final
like to.
Cuts?
I think it's Jerry Springer.
Oh,
R.I.P.
Jerry Springer. We need
Mayor,
we need
the mayor
note
of
cards like that.
Chicago.
Brit meant to say Cincinnati.
Do you mean the mayor of Chicago, Jerry Springer?
Again, Cincinnati.
He's not really the mayor of Chicago.
He was the mayor of Chicago.
Cincinnati.
Was he
before.
really?
You guys didn't know this?
Before he was
Why
Jerry
would I know
Springer, or
this?
after?
You guys don't know Jerry Springer lore?
For once,
Yes.
no,
So
no.
he was the mayor of Chicago
Cincinnati.
before he had that talk show.
before.
Fuck
Yeah,
up.
before. Yeah.
That's crazy,
Isn't it?
That is really
Talk
nuts.
about a pivot.
Hey.
We love a pivot.
So yes, we do like to end the pod on a high note at the end because
And that's
we
normally
do
where we pivot.
we do talk a lot of shit and we like to bring it back to, being a little encouraging, and we do talk a lot about trying to make pivots. And so I guess our pivot of the week is
Ooh, that's a new segment.
Jerry Springer pivoting from being the mayor of Chicago
Cincinnati.
to having a trashy, very successful
Daytime
talk show.
Good for him.
Fuck yeah.
Which probably made him more money than he ever would in being
Politics,
the
for
mayor.
sure.
As a public servant.
In
yeah.
politics.
Yeah, no, for
I mean,
sure.
that's,
He
that's how
definitely
you
would.
want it. That's how you want it.
So everybody this week, channel your inner Jerry Springer energy.
Jerry Springer. And don't be a part of the fights. Just watch them and comment on
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Just
Oh my
allow
god.
just orchestrate.
Exactly.
Orchestrate
Or
fights. Don't join them.
Strike the match, step back, and watch it burn.
Watch it burn.
Watch it burn. Do you want any advice you want to give it?
No, that I can't say it better.
Great.
That was
Awesome.
incredible.
Great. Thank you so much again, Garen, for being
Yes,
here.
thank you, Garen. We love
loved
you.
Happy to be
We
here.
love you
We
so
love
much.
you. We love having you. Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's podcast, please give us a 5-star review. Email us at linkedoutpod@gmail.com and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky at linkedoutpod. Your support means everything, and we fucking love you. Mwah.
That was
Bye, bestie.